What is your projection? If you're thinking not as many rate hikes, I guess you're suggesting that, inflation's not going to run wild. So, would that be good for stocks? Or you're looking at gold, you're looking at Bitcoin. What are some of the things that you like, Daniel, going into next year? And even names if you want to share them.
Well, I do. I have one EQT, and this is the energy play. Mm-hmm. And this is just recent. I was watching, I actually had CNBC on, and they had the CEO of EQT, who is Toby Rice. And you mentioned the other day about energy companies. You were talking more oil, but we can paint with a broad brush here. It's not the old energy companies where they're burning through cash like crazy. They're focused on rewarding shareholders and kind of that's more steady growth and longer term thinking. So Senator Elizabeth Warren fired off a industry kind of letter to oil and natural gas producers about basically the higher prices are because of companies just gouging consumers, not supply demand, not anything else. So I thought it was pretty impressive. EQT led the kind of way with a reply. And I'm going to give you this stat, Frank. Here's a couple bullet points from their reply and letter. And then I'll tell you one other thing why I'm bullish on the company and going to put it on the radar. So from the shale gas boom between 2005 and 2019, he claims the United States led the way in emission reductions. And this is a quote. He says, the emission reduction from coal to gas switching seen in the United States between 2005 and 2019 is equivalent of actually electrifying about 190 million cars. Okay? Mm-hmm. Well, put that in context. So 190 million cars basically being electrified is important because do you know what do you think the EV cars projected global sales are in 2030, Frank? So we're in 2021 now.
I would have no idea, but I think it's
about 31 million.
All right, they're projecting it should be about, I think, 3% of overall sales.
This is a great stat because this is just kind of shining light on something because I would have never guessed this. So, hey, you basically have already electrified 190 million cars. That's the use we're giving you. Okay, that's good. They're projecting in 2030 that global sales will be 31 million. So that's incredible. That ought to be celebrated. I think everybody ought to be like, hey, that's a good job. You're reducing this. Everybody's for reducing emissions. Mm-hmm. Cleaner is better as long as it's affordable because nothing is free and you gotta balance that price and things. So EQT, I thought, did a great job on that, or at least trying to highlight that. They're the leading natural gas producer in North America. And yesterday, I believe, they just announced they're reinstating their dividend, which is only going to be about 2.5%, but that's good in a 0% world, even though those are beginning to go up. And they actually did a $1 billion buyback. Okay. So that's why you pay and listen to us, but everybody could go to their website and look at their news release. But this really stood out to me, Frank. Check this out. He says, this is Toby Rice, CEO, talking. And he says, with a premier asset base projected to generate approximately $5.6 billion in available cash through 2023, and then he gives another great stat, but I won't bore you with numbers. We have ample flexibility to achieve both our debt reduction and execute capital return initiatives at any price environment. Any price environment, Frank. What does that mean? That means he's not worried about natural gas prices falling from the recent peaks. That means he's not worried about, now, they're all cheerleaders. CEOs are optimistic people. That's a good thing. But when you have the moves that have been made to shore up the balance sheet, they're very transparent in what they're targeting as far as leverage goes, dividends, buybacks, and being able to basically give you a base off of a $3 natural gas price when it's $3.70, I think, give or take right now, $3.50, $3.70, even on the low end. That's the kind of stuff you want to see from management when you're investing. And when there's a lot of turbulence in the markets, inflation is going to continue across the board. That's in energy prices, and this is a very top-tier producer. And it's trading, I think, a little under 52-week highs. So it's not massively run up. You haven't missed this.
So that's your pick. That is your number one pick. So you're looking at EQT.
I don't know about number one pick. I'll think about that. But that's a good pick for me. I like that. Galaxy Digital is probably my number one pick, but I'm biased on that. I keep buying a little bit of that damn near every month.
So Daniel said it's guaranteed to go up 100% over the next few months, just to let you know. If not, you say you're going to do a personal golf lesson live on TikTok for everyone if you're wrong, right?
Sure.
That's what I heard.
That's an easy one.
That's what I heard. All right, cool. That's what I heard. So for me, I think, one of my picks that I really, really like, and I've recommended this in newsletters, but we're doing okay with it, so I'm going to give it away. I really like Alcoa here. I mean, Alcoa, man, they had an unbelievable quarter. you're looking at all the numbers are absolutely fantastic. You've seen strong, super strong demand. It is kind of with aluminum, it is an environmental play, right? So fits the ESG thing. They just announced they're going to join the mid cap 400, which is pushing the stock higher. And just when you're looking at the numbers and what this company is doing, it's pretty incredible. I mean, they're increasing their buyback now. Just the numbers are very, very strong. This is a new company. It's only about 7% off its highs, 8% off its highs. I just think it's a screaming buy here. And it's a name that I think that is going to have a fantastic year going forward. But, that's one of the names I really, really like. So, when I look at that buyback, it was $150 million that was remaining under their last authorization. They announced, another $500 million share buyback. So, numbers are really, really good. They achieved all the goals. They checked off all the boxes. I just feel like this is a name that hasn't really participated. And I think, really, really strong to the upside. But that's one of the names that I like right now and one of the names that I'm giving away.